Here we go again. That's about right, isn't it?
Mirror or opening or whatever, where she could be photographed. Sorry?
I believe he was responding to what he meant by what he wrote in his text message to Dr.
And meant exactly what the word said. Now he's going to be
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Thank you, Mr. Roddenborn.
Sir, if you could just answer the question, Mr. Depp, please. Direct your attention just to your attorney, okay?
Sorry, Your
Uh,
Honor. Ms. Heard would get upset, angry, argumentative, and violent in Australia. The one that was the day when my tip of my finger disappeared.
Wonder how that happened.
When she arrived in Australia, she complained that an attorney who was explaining to her
Objection, Your Honor, is hearsay as to what he alleges her attorney was explaining to her. That's clearly
we can move on, Your
Okay,
Honor.
yes, ma'am.
Oh my god. He's actually doing it again. Like, that's the best thing about it. I'll turn it up a bit more. I know people are saying it's not loud enough. It's like it wasn't enough to do it a little bit. He's just still doing it. It's like, I wonder if he reads what people are saying, and then he's like, I'm going to do it again tomorrow. Fuck him.
In the content, and do you recall what you were upset about in that video?
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
Apparently looking for any metadata is impossible as it is
Your
now
Honor,
owned
beyond the
by...
scope of the question.
I'll sustain the objection. You want to ask the question
Mr.
again?
Depp, what do you
Jesus.
remember?
that it didn't have anything to do with her.
Objection beyond the scope of the question.
Overruled, I'll allow it. It's fine.
Jesus.
All right. Any objection at 365?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 365.
So
and
fucking
evidence.
annoying. Yeah, I know.
Couch. 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 Yes.
What?
Your Honor, she said this was 11
That's
seconds.
been nasty. No, I'm not saying
it's
that.
45.
You asked.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I think I misspoke. I may have
What
been
the
45.
fuck?
I may have misremembered.
She said
It's
it was
a.
11 seconds long.
I apologize. I misremembered. Okay, it's 45.
Well, that's just sorry because we didn't publish it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I want couch. I want
Look
couch.
at his face.
I want couch.
Look at him one more time. Just Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Not amused. No.
I want couch. Agree, please, though. You said you agreed before we started talking.
Mr. Depp, do you recognize what's in that recording?
Seems pretty clear that she's ordering me to the couch.
Seems that way.
When someone brings up the fact that you vomit in your sleep every night, well, at first I think you'd be aware of it. I think the first thing that I would do is seek medical attention.
Oh.
I don't know why anyone would record that.
Okay, 342. Any objection?
As long as there's no one else in the audio recording.
Stay. What was it when you asked me to stay? What did I do?
The screeching of her voice.
What does that mean in the context of that conversation?
What did I do? You didn't change. I mean, I like how he just says it like right there, dude. Immediately. Oh my god.
I don't know. Again, it seems like some word that
What did I
was...
do?
It became
Objection,
part
Your
of
Honor.
it.
He said he doesn't know.
All right. I'll sustain objection. Next question.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
So at first I said,
Objection, Your Honor. The question was simply, do you remember when that was from? It's beyond scope.
Okay. So, where were you when that recording was taken?
Jesus Christ.
my children couldn't escape the fact that...
You know what it reminds me of? It's like one of those like old videos where somebody starts trying to talk and then there's somebody behind them that blows an air horn every single time they try to talk. Guy's so fucking annoying. Yeah, it's nuts, man.
all this had gone down. So
Objection,
I was.
Your Honor, the question was, how did the discussion go? And he's talking about his children. It's way beyond the scope.
Just talking.
Sir, just wait for the objection.
I think he's describing the context around that conversation.
It's way beyond the scope of the
All
question.
right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Mr. Depp, why were you...
I mean, everybody, I know that that's his job, but that was quite a cruel...
Objection, Your Honor, we're well beyond the
All
scope.
right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Jesus Christ. Bro, like, this guy is trying to make him mad. Oh my God. He calls an objection to the guy complaining about him calling objections. Like, holy fuck.
Finally, I'd like to play a portion.
All right, any objection to 357A?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 357A in evidence.
You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. See how many people believe or side with you.
Yeah. Yeah, ain't that something? Remember that? Ain't that something? Wow. That's crazy. Well, I mean, now we see. I mean, there we go. Now we fucking see. That's, you know, she wanted everybody to see, and she did. Thanks, Amber. Appreciate that.
How far after May 21st, 2016 do you think that conversation was?
Objection. Calls for space. Sorry to say yes, but I don't know when it was.
I'm asking for his best estimate.
I'll allow him to answer this.
Sorry, could you ask it again?
I wonder if his legs hurt at the end of the day, standing up that many times. I mean, he's probably like, I mean, really standing up that many times out of your chair, like squats. Yeah, I mean, this guy's really getting a workout here.
Distracted.
How long after? I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, you can have a seat next to your attorney, please. Thank you. All right, your next witness. Ben King. Somebody going to go get Mr. King? You can just
do away with these.
You can take it with you. If you or you just leave it. You can leave it there.
Okay.
God, that's over. Yeah.
On one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
You asked the question.
Oh,
Next.
okay. You said he sustained
okay.
an injury to his finger,
Yes.
but you don't know what caused the injury to his finger.
One of
That was the dog trying to get into the unit. They were so afraid. Oh, somebody's trying to get into my unit. They're like, oh, come on, really? And I actually, when they asked me to go inside the unit just to check room by room to make sure no one was there. We don't have cameras in the video.
It's this guy, bro. Like, this guy, just like his face. I love, like, he's literally giving a court deposition to, like, millions of people. He's driving without a fucking seatbelt, vaping in the car, while he's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go to McDonald's here real quick. Yeah, I gotta go. Oh, my God.
Sorry, we don't have cameras at the hallway. We don't have cameras on the hallway. I always make eye contact with someone I'm talking to, but I'm not looking.
That's why we're worried about you driving. That's really not a good thing to bring up while you're driving. You know what I mean? Because he's telling the truth.
Something like, oh, your makeup's wrong. You haven't have to change your eyebrows or your.
He's parked. Oh, he's parked there. Okay, that's good.
I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking at their eyes.
But in fact, you don't recall seeing Amber Heard on May 24th, correct?
Fucking changes the title.
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
Okay. Well,
Okay, I remember.
Exhibit number 1.
Fucking knows.
Did you testify truthfully to everything that you testified in response to my questions today?
That's correct.
Right.
I did.
Okay. Yep.
All right. That was the first. I'm sorry.
I will say, Your Honor, that is the most bizarre deposition.
Okay. All right.
It's just, this is what they do, man. The judges, the WoW community? Yeah, she's done. And, like, you know what she's thinking about? She's thinking about the fact that there's still 2 to 3 more weeks of this. It's like you thought, yeah. It's like, yeah, there's still 2 to 3 more weeks of this. It's not even halfway over yet.
Never seen that before. I've seen a lot of things, but I've just never seen
driving that.
Yeah, that did it. All right, so
That news that he was given that night was catastrophic, wasn't it?
No. And Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his pants. Object.
What the fuck? Yeah, whoa. Like, listen to how he says it, bro. Look at...
No.
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his pants. Object.
He's so... Like, he's so, like, what's the word is for it? Like he's so stressed out about it. Like he's just fucking, like, he's got to get it out. You know, he's got to say, he's so desperate. Yeah, it's desperation. Yeah, he's just speaking in pure desperation.
Sydney?
I think I would remember
Relevance.
Mr. Depp.
Next question.
Oh my fucking God. Relevance.
Sydney?
I think I would remember
Relevance.
Mr. Depp.
Oh my fucking God. Hyper focus on it. Yeah, this is relevant. It's too funny, man. Oh my God. And this is like, this isn't an episode of Arrested Development. This is real life. Oh my God. This is real life. Yeah, it is.
Next question.
Oh my God.
Crazy. Fierce, fierce.
Okay.
What is this?
What was the last thing Miss Heard said as you were taking Mr. Depp out of the house to go to your apartment and then the hospital?
Yeah, the last words I recall hearing as I'm getting Johnny out is, yeah, just fuck off with your guys.
This is Bodyguard?
Like you always do.
Okay.
All right. I have no further questions.
All right, cross-examination. Mr. Nadelhoff.
Okay.
Mr. Connolly, you still work for Mr. Depp?
I do, yeah.
Okay. And you've worked for him now for about 18 years?
No.
Well, 2 years ago, you said you worked for him for 16 years, so 2 more years would be 18.
No, I worked with him. I didn't work for him. I worked for a guy called Jerry Judge in Music and Arts. Johnny Depp never paid me. Johnny Depp started paying me 2 years ago.
Okay, so now you're being, so you were working, Jerry Judge was your boss until he passed away, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, and now you get paid directly by Mr. Depp, correct?
Correct.
And you're paid a salary by Mr. Depp?
No.
Okay.
And okay, so yeah, it's struggling. Like, no, like look at her face, man. She's just, oh God, like this is, we're not looking, because like that she's reading. Like the best thing about it is like knowing that she knows how bad this is going for her. You know what I mean? Like she knew probably like 2 days ago, and now this is like, yeah, she's reading chat, basically. She's reading chat, and there's like all these messages saying it's like, you're gonna fucking lose and all this stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, it's just, Jesus.
Mr. Depp's also provided you gifts, correct?
Gifts?
Gifts. Money,
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes, Johnny's given me gifts. I've given Johnny gifts.
And he's given you gifts over $8,500, correct?
$8,500.
Yeah. IRS purposes.
He gave me a lot more than that.
Okay. And you're loyal to Mr. Depp, right?
Okay.
Yes, of course I'm loyal to
My
Mr.
man.
Depp. I'd be loyal to you if I was working for you.
Okay. Now, going to Australia, you said you went to Australia in 2015 with Mr. Depp, correct? Or you went before Mr. Depp, but you were there to work for Mr. Depp, correct?
Correct.
And Jerry Judge was also there?
Not when I arrived, no.
But Jerry Judge was eventually in Australia, correct?
Correct.
And Nathan Holmes was also in Australia as well, right?
Correct.
And Mr. Depp came to Australia in February of 2015, correct?
Correct.
And when Mr. Depp first came to Australia, Amber was not with Mr. Depp, right?
I don't recall. I don't recall if Amber arrived with Johnny or Amber arrived later.
You don't know one way or the other?
No.
And Mr. Depp stayed in a house in Australia, correct?
Correct.
And you and the security team were about 40 minutes away from the house Mr. Depp was renting, correct?
25, 30.
Where is this going?
30, 40. Yeah, you're correct. If it's a traffic day, 40 minutes at most.
Okay. And alcohol was in the house in Australia, correct?
Oh, here we go.
Correct.
Okay. And Mr. Depp consumed alcohol before Amber arrived in Australia, isn't that right?
Yeah, he would have done, yes.
Okay. And you know if Mr. Depp consumed illegal drugs before Amber arrived in Australia?
I'm going to object to speculation.
I wouldn't know.
Overruled. I'll allow it. Go ahead.
And do you know if Mr. Depp spent any time with Marilyn Manson in Australia before Amber arrived?
Don't recall. I don't recall Marilyn Manson being there.
So you don't. So as Mr. Depp's security, you don't know if Mr. Depp was with Marilyn.
So basically, what he's saying is that if Johnny Depp was with Marilyn Manson, just the assumption is that he was doing drugs. Like, you understand, like, what the implication behind that question is? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like, okay, so is Marilyn Manson there? Yeah, okay, so he was doing drugs then. All right, yeah. That's basically it.
Marilyn Manson at any time?
I left Australia to smuggle 2 dogs back out of Australia back to...
No, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about in the beginning of March 2015. You were that. You were.
Manson.
You don't know one way or the other.
No.
Were you seeing Mr. Depp every day? In early March 2015?
No, not at the beginning. I had other duties.
Okay. So you don't know what Mr. Depp was doing at that time, correct?
No, I wasn't with him.
Okay. And you don't know when Amber arrived in Australia, correct?
No.
Okay. But you do know that Amber stayed with Mr. Depp, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you talked about a resident security team that was at the Australia house, is that right?
That's correct.
And were there about 4, was there anyone from the resident security team in the house when you arrived on March 8th, 2015?
No.
Okay. And the resident security team, is it your understanding that they were there? That they were kind of guarding the house?
I just want to make sure this video is good, right? Because it says viewer discretion advised. I just want to make sure, like, this video's good to watch, isn't it? I'm getting nervous for a second. Yes, it's good. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, good. Here we go.
They would have been in the grounds, but the substantial grounds, real substantial grounds. They would have been at the grounds somewhere.
But they didn't go into the house on March 8th, correct?
I don't know. I never seen them in the house.
Okay. And so when you arrived at the house and went in, was it just Mr. Depp and Amber Heard?
Just Mr. Depp and Amber Heard.
Okay. And before
there may be someone else there. I never visibly seen anyone else. I wasn't there long enough to chat to anybody.
And when you arrived at the house, you could hear a ruckus, correct?
Yes. Well, yes, I could hear. I could hear. Definitely hear something through the door. Yeah.
But you said the door was so thick you couldn't hear the actual words that were being said. Is that right?
No, just a shouting.
And then then you went in the house and saw Mr. Depp in the foyer, correct?
Yes, correct.
And Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I love how, like, there's all these questions, and it's like, so were you there? Who was there? Was Marilyn Manson there? So was there alcohol involved? Okay, so who was there? So you couldn't really hear what they were saying. Okay, so he was trying to piss in the hallway, right? Just like you go like immediately to 11, just out of nowhere. So it's a bit of a little transition. You know what I mean?
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his
Objection.
Just like, listen, the desperation.
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his pants.
Penis out.
I think I would have seen Mr. Depp penis.
I'll allow it.
Oh my God.
Next question.
And you were trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Correct, I was trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, yes.
And Mr. Depp was refusing to leave the house, was he not?
Not so much refused, he just wanted 2 minutes to say his piece.
You took Mr. Depp's arm to try to move him out, but he broke away, isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, so he was strong enough to break away from your grip, correct?
No.
So you had his arm and he broke away, though, correct?
No.
Isn't that what you just said?
No, I let him go.
You let go. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't
I'm not
easy.
going to drag him by it.
So Mr. Depp's your boss. You'll do what Mr. Depp wants, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
It's not easy to get Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Not easy.
Okay. Now, can we play Exhibit 380A, which is already in evidence?
Plaintiffs or defendants? I'm sorry.
It's defendants, Exhibit 380A.
Jesus Christ.
380A.
It's like, you know what this reminds me of? It's like, you ever play a game of like, I mean, there's a lot of games like this, like Overwatch, or I think it's the same in like League, and like the League game is going to go on for like 45 minutes, but you know in like minute 8, like it's over. Like it's just, all right, can we just concede now, guys? Like, can we just stop? Like, I just, like, can we just stop? Like, we've already had enough. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, you already know what's going to happen. Please, like, let's just call it a day here. And I don't know why they don't just do that.
What is this? Sorry, what is this?
And this is a recording from Australia, and it's just of Mr. Depp.
I don't think that's an
Yeah,
evidence.
it's still winnable, guys. It's still winnable.
Plaintiffs Exhibit 380A.
I don't believe there are any recordings from Australia in evidence, Your Honor.
I don't have anything in evidence.
There definitely is. It's just of Mr. Depp. We can.
I don't have 380 in evidence.
It's 380A.
380.
Oh my God.
I have. Jamie says it was ID'd but never admitted.
It was never admitted. It was.
Your Honor, the recordings from Australia have other voices on them.
We're only asking for it's only the clip of Mr. Depp.
Okay, wait, I have it. It's actually plaintiffs 380A, minute 33 to 34.
Can you imagine this guy trying to get a job after this? You know what I mean? Like, imagine it's like, yeah, my name's Mr. Rottenborn. Wait, hey, weren't you that guy that, like, fucking made a fool of himself in front of, like, pretty much everybody? Were you that guy who's like, well, I mean, look, you know, editing and, you know, it's it is, that's hearsay. Yeah, objection, hearsay. Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine this guy. Like, who would want to hire this lawyer after this, man? Like, this guy just made such an ass out of himself. Like, it really, like, he's just made himself look so bad. Like, wow.
Foundation for using it with this witness.
He was at the house.
It's in evidence. That's fine.
It's a junior lawyer. Oh, well, I mean, whatever.
So you're playing that clip, correct?
Correct.
Got it on plaintiffs.
That's not really the point. You know, you see what I'm saying? Blizzard would hire him? Yeah. Spaghetti falling out of his pockets? Yeah.
What you are, and who you are, and how you fucked me over, and make me feel sick of myself. There's still a lot left in the day. Makes you dye your hair. I see the roots.
Did you hear that, Mr. Connolly?
I did, yes.
And that was the sort of condition Mr. Depp was in when you saw him at the house, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Depp was upset and angry when you saw him at the house, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Now,
I would be too.
Did you take
shit in my bed?
Did you take Mr. Depp to the hospital?
Along with others, yes.
Is it your testimony that Mr. Depp was coherent at the hospital?
Yes.
Let's show Defendant's Exhibit 370, and I'd just like you to look at something for a moment.
Your Honor, I'm going to object on foundation grounds. The witness is not even copied on this document.
I'm going to ask him a question and ask him if it refreshes his recollection. That's all I was going to ask him about. I can use any document to refresh.
Wait, if you want to approach for a second, we'll just see what
So he's trying to add in, so, why does he look so downhearted and mad? I mean, it's just, remain Matt Amber. Yeah, she, man, like, it's just John has 4 lawyers? I'm not sure exactly. Like, usually you have, like, a legal team for something like this, I would assume. Lax Foundation, yeah. Oh, man, it's something so hard to be a judge and end up on this TV show. I mean, honestly, it's like everybody knows probably what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like they... Watch the accountant testify yet? Want to search for highlights? Okay, maybe I'll look at that, and then I want to start like some of the do a few mount runs and start the mount off and do that. But let's finish this off. I want to make sure I'm caught up. This stuff is ridiculous. You should go and testify. But like, yeah, I saw Pirates of the Caribbean. He's not that bad. Okay.
Switch document.
You can take it down.
What's what are we doing now? What's this?
Was Mr. Depp's finger was filled with dirt, grime, and paint when you saw it?
Yes.
Okay.
And now you say you saw no bruises or cuts on Amber on March 8th, 2015, correct?
Any askers? Yeah.
Isn't it true that your main concern was Mr. Depp and getting him out of the house, correct? You weren't concentrating on Amber, correct?
I was close enough. If there was any marks on Amber's face, I would have picked that up in 2 minutes.
As you're
trying to the Home Office.
As you're trying to pull Mr. Depp out of the house, you're scanning Amber for bruises and cuts?
Not scanning, but I'm looking at it.
As you're moving Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. How do
What is this?
As you're moving...
Amber Heard faked blood in nose with nail polish? Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, oh my god. That one's good. I might watch one more. This is it. Is this video clean? This is a 5 million video. So, like, I'm assuming it kind of is. There's, like, a couple of pictures here. Is this video clean? Like, I just want to make sure that, like, I'm not going to get in trouble by the overlords here. It's clean? Okay, it's fine. All right, let's watch it. It's pure. Wait, what's this? Johnny Depp, Amber Heard joked about shitting in his bed? That's not the kind of thing that you tell people about. Yeah, maybe 2 more videos.
You can take this down. Thank you. Could you pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 92, please?
Okay. Here we go. Heard would shove and throw objects at me. What the fuck?
Mr. Depp, what is this a picture of?
That's a photograph of the blade of an old like a Bowie knife. That's the photograph of the blade with an inscription on it to me from Ms. Heard, who at the time I referred to as Slim.
Your Honor, we'd like to move...
Bro, the fucking sneak this, who at the time I referred to as Slim. Bro, like, that is... Oh my god, bro, like... Oh, wow.
Exhibit...
that is good.
Exhibit 92 into evidence.
No objection.
Mr. Depp, what does it say on this knife?
Hasta la muerte.
And what does that mean?
Until death.
And then what does it say after that?
XX Slim.
And who is Slim?
Ms. Heard.
When did Ms. Heard give you this knife?
So, your crazy girlfriend gives you a knife that says "until death" with her name on it. Or not even her name on it, your pet name for her on it. Johnny was in deep, man. Like, that's a red flag. Bro, that's not a red flag. That's a red curtain. Like, that's like the show is over. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. That's some scary shit, man. Wow.
Well, it was a present from Miss Heard. I believe it was around 2015.
Could we please take this down and pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 93?
93?
93, yes.
Oh my God. What's this?
Mr. Depp, what is this a photograph of?
That's the
That's what I was wondering.
knife in full view. That's the full side of that knife.
Plaintiffs would move Plaintiff's Exhibit 93 into evidence as well.
All right, 93 in evidence, you can publish to the jury.
Depp, Heard was out of control at times.
Mr. Depp, do you recall the occasion on which Miss Heard gave you this knife?
Don't say Valentine's Day.
I don't recall exactly the occasion,
Don't
whether it
fucking
was
say Valentine's Day.
my birthday.
Oh, it's even worse.
2015,
Jesus Christ.
or if it was a Christmas.
Oh God.
We can take this down, please. Thank you.
Whenever he wanted a divorce. See, like, even she, you know what's so insane? Is that if you ever are around a girl that's like absolutely fucking nuts, but she hasn't completely lost it, she can look back, and you'll see them do this. They will look back at the crazy shit they did and feel like a faint sense of pride about it. Be like, yeah, I have a crazy bitch. Yeah, I'm kind of fucking nuts. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly, man. Oh my God.
Mr. Depp, I'd now like to show you what's been marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit 65.
Yeah, I did that. I can fix her. Yeah. And she can cut you.
And I believe this has already been offered into evidence.
Yes.
If so, if we could please publish to the jury. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Depp, what's reflected in these photographs?
There were some scratches. Another altercation, and there were some misheard come at me with her nails or hand scratching
Wolverine
at me.
And
oh, I remember whenever this shit came out.
Once again, I believe this was Mr. Pett, Sean Pett.
And when were these photographs taken?
Listen, y'all cannot. Number one, a lot of celebrities get fucking hair transplants. You don't know about it, right? Number one, so he could have had hair transplants, something like that, right? Number two, like, of course he's balding since then. Bro, I guarantee you spend probably 6 months with this girl, you're going to lose half your hair. 6 months. Imagine living with her. I mean, dude, imagine that. Like, that's stress. Like, 6 weeks, yeah. It's like the hair is the one thing you don't need to worry about as much, right? Took years off his life, yeah. It's nuts, man. Probably plucks it. She probably plucks it at night. Do you know what's so fucking psychotic to me is the fact that you're probably right. You know, like, if they had announced that, like, Amber Heard was secretly pulling out Johnny's hair while he's asleep, I would be like, yeah, I'll believe that. Yeah, sure. I mean, based off of what we've heard already, yeah, sure. We'll assume that one to be true.
seems to be Christmas, or 10 days before Christmas, the 15th of December 2015.
Merry Christmas.
Mr. Depp, do you remember what led to you having these scratches on your face?
This was yet again another confrontation where as was my regular practice, there had been an altercation. She was she had some rage issue with me, and I remember that I was trying to go to my corner, as it were, which is I was going into my office in penthouse 3, which is upstairs. And as I was approaching the door to my office, Miss Heard ran out of the master bedroom, or our bedroom, and started just throwing wild punches at me, at the back of my head, at the side of my head, at anything that she could connect with. And I had to, I would have to show you sort of how I tried to avoid the attack.
Please do.
If it's all right, John.
Yes, yes, sir.
If I'm walking this way to the door of my office, in the bedroom door is where you are. I'd walked across the mezzanine there, and
He's
as I'm
acting. Yeah, he's
approaching the
acting.
door, suddenly I'm just getting clobbered from behind, and one's natural primal instinct is to kind of duck and cover. So
Yeah.
I ducked and covered, but they didn't stop. So I came up this like this, sort of protecting my face, but at the same time, with her arms swinging wildly, I put my arms out and I was able to get her into a bear hug or something, just to stop her from hitting me anymore.
Probably a good idea.
And while holding her in that position, she was still
Would she try and bite you?
You know, she had her legs, she could kick, she could knee me, so she was still
Jesus.
Kind of very angry, very animated.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was unpleasant.
God
What
damn.
happened at the end of that situation?
What the fuck, bro? Like, oh my god. Like, she's psycho? Yeah. No, the thing is, like, it's so, like, oh, man. It's so, what's the word for this? It's so sad to see this happen, right? Because somebody, like, whenever they're in this position, and it's like, it's funny to meme about, like, her shitting on his bed, right? And, like, the bullshit and everything. But, like, it's funny because we're not involved. Like, imagine actually being involved with this on a personal level. Imagine actually having to deal with this shit on a personal level. Oh, my God.
Because of the grabbing of the arms and holding them to her side so that I didn't receive any more blows, and she was still fighting, I believe there was some kind of contact with our heads, our foreheads.
That would make sense, yeah.
As would happen if you're trying to
Yeah, that would make sense.
calm someone like that. And then that was when she accused me of headbutting her, of giving her a headbutt and breaking her nose. But there was no blood. There was no. I didn't hit her nose. If there was anything at all, it was a bump of. Well, I'm trying to restrain her. She's trying to get out of it. There's going to be some contact here and there, accidental contact, but.
What's so crazy to me about this is the fact that, like, it's not like it's one or two things. It's like there's something new that's, like, insane that happened with this girl, like, every few hours in this trial. It's like, even if you think one part of it's not true, what about the other 15 parts? What about all of those other parts too? It's just crazy.
Not a headbutt.
How did you escape this altercation?
After she'd made the remark about the fact that I headbutted her, which was just impossible, she split. She huffed off. I let her go. She huffed away, and she was gone for about 7 or 8 minutes.
Phase 2.
And then when she came back, I was in the bedroom of penthouse 3.
Yeah, there we go.
Our bedroom.
Oh shit.
And she came back about 7 or 8 minutes later.
Yep.
And she had a Kleenex or a tissue to her nose. And she pulled it away from her nose and she showed it to me. And there was red. There was indeed like red color on the tissue.
Yeah.
But me, I know that there was no connection to her nose. No part of my body made connection to her nose or eyes or anything like. So she said, she took it away and she showed it to me. She said, "Way to go, Johnny, you broke my nose. You broke my nose." And I knew I hadn't, so I said, you go into sort of placation mode, which is, "Oh my God, let me see, are you okay? What happened? Let me see." And she wouldn't let me see anything.
I wonder why.
So I just tried to calm the situation as best I could. All the while, I was waiting for her to dispense with that Kleenex because I didn't trust it. And so I waited and she dropped it into the wastebasket in her bathroom, or in our bathroom, and left the room, went somewhere downstairs, I think, I don't know. And then I pulled the Kleenex out of the trash bin, and I inspected it pretty closely and realized that it was nail polish. It was nail varnish or polish.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You see, like, was this before or after the shitting incident? Like, is this before or after? It's before. Yeah. As I said, the best thing that she ever did for him was shit in his bed. That's honestly the best thing that she could have ever done for that man is shit in his bed. Because, like, that is, like he thought he was dealing with, like, a girl that was emotional. But, like, the moment that I bet that shit happened, he was like, wait a minute. I can't fix her. Oh, my God. I'm in way over my head. This is just too much, man. That shit happened. Yeah, that's what it was, right? It's like, yeah, it's unfixable. Because, like, back then, you know, it's like, it's whatever. It's like, you know, the blood in her nose. You know, she's just being dramatic, right? It's just, oh, she's just being dramatic. And then there's literally shit in your bed, and it's like, holy fuck. Like, it's literally, wow, like, it's right here. And that's it, you know? That's fucking it. That was it.
Mr. Depp, shortly after December 15th, 2015, where did you and Miss Heard go for the holidays?
Her nose doesn't look broken.
It had been planned for a while that we would be going to the island.
Look different.
And we would be going to the island with my kids.
Maybe plastic surgery? I don't know.
Lily Rose and Jack, and Lily Rose's boyfriend at the time. There's a friend of Amber's called Alice Temperley, I believe her name is, and her boyfriend Greg Williams, who's a very well-known photographer, and both very nice people, and their kids were going to. She told me they were going to come to the island, and I thought, okay, great.
That's nice.
And so yeah, that's where we went for the holidays.
And what happened on the island in December 2015?
It did many things, but
was there any violence by Miss Heard against you?
Oh, yes, there were a couple of incidents that were, again, just each time one of these incidents would occur, it seemed to get worse and worse.
Yep.
That is to say, as opposed to fists or anything like that. I'd set up on the back porch of the house. I'd set up an area with an easel and oil paints. And
keep in mind, hey, keep in mind, she gave him a knife with her name on it that says "Till death do us part." Okay, I just want to keep that in. Like, I want to contextualize everything that she does and everything that she says, all in just make sure to keep that very important bit of information in your mind at all times. It was only until death?
Mineral spirits, linseed oil, brushes, everything. So
no
she wanted to paint. So I had set it up for and for some, and again, I remember sitting at the table where most of the paintbrushes and the can and all that stuff was. And the argument, again, escalated, and she just simply reached down and grabbed the can of mineral spirits and chucked it at my face. She threw it at my face, and it struck me right at the bridge of the nose, sort of the forehead, bridge of the nose area, and it hurt.
Oh my fucking God,
and,
man. Oh my fucking God. It's just, it hurt. Yeah, I bet. I mean, like, and this is like, this is Christmas? I mean, this is supposed to be fucking Christmas. Oh my God, mineral spirits are toxic. Yeah. Like, that's just, it's nuts, man.
Afternoon, sir.
She's going crazy because she found out she's not getting any money. Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. White.
Good afternoon, Counselor.
Give me a second. Let me turn this up.
Your name, full name for the record.
Yes, Edward White.
Where do you reside?
Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
How are you employed?
Many years ago, I founded Edward White and Company, Certified Public Accountants, and I am the managing and senior partner of the firm.
What is a certified public accounting firm?
A certified public accounting firm is authorized by a particular state, in my case, California, to audit financial information and to certify the statements related thereto.
Oh, okay.
What's the nature of the work that's done at Edward White and Company?
It's diversified. It includes providing tax and related compliance services, that is to do the tax returns, partnership work, and for governmental agency, a wide variety of services in that I am.
Okay.
Who do you employ?
We employ a very talented group of professionals that have really amazing credentials. They have graduate degrees from NYU and USC in business administration, as well as taxation.
All right.
Many of my colleagues have been with the firm for over 25 years, in one case for 35 years.
Hashtag ad.
I'm
Hey!
very proud associated with this group of people.
If he's got to fucking go up here, of course, I do the same thing.
We represent approximately 100 high net worth individuals and the companies that they own and operate. In addition to that, we do work for governmental agencies such as the Department of Justice, the state of Alaska, the state of California, and the city of Long Beach.
What's your educational background?
I started my college career utilizing the GI Bill. I served 4 years in the Air Force and was fortunate enough to have that opportunity.
How about that?
My undergraduate degree was in business administration, and I have a master's degree in business administration from the University of Southern California. After completing my graduate degree at USC, I studied I took several tax classes, corporate, fiduciary, estate and gift.
Did not do that.
Subject matters such as that.
Do you have any other experience with education?
Yes, I was a former professor of accounting and taxation at California State University, located in Los Angeles, California.
What kind of work do you personally do?
The work I do is primarily transaction-oriented. Acquisitions of companies, dispositions, that is buying or selling a company, arranging financing with large financial institutions, consulting with clients where they feel it's appropriate for me to be involved, assisting my colleagues. As I mentioned to you, we have approximately 100 high net worth individual clients, and there's always something that I can contribute to.
Something that's fucked up.
Do you hold any certifications?
Yes, I'm certified in financial forensics by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. I'm also a member of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the California Society of Certified Public Accountants. And of course, I'm a certified public accountant.
What are financial forensics?
That's an attempt to ascertain not only the facts, but what transpired as it relates to financial activity. So you do a study based upon financial records. You then look at contracts, you look at other financial information in an attempt to, once again, not only ascertain what the results were, but what caused the results.
Have you ever previously testified in court?
Yes, I've been accepted as an expert witness in both the California court and the federal courts.
Damn.
And I have testified in matters involving the Department of Justice and the FBI.
Jesus.
Okay. Do you serve on any boards, or have you served on any boards?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor. This witness is not being proffered as an expert in this case.
All right.
Wasn't designated.
This is just a fact witness and not an expert.
Shut up and move on.
And goes to credibility.
I'll sustain the objection. I think we can move on.
Okay. Do you know Mr. Depp?
Yes, I do.
How'd you come to know Mr. Depp?
I met him because he was introduced to me by a senior executive at the Bank of California, Richard Smith.
Do you work with Mr. Depp?
Yes, I do.
In what capacity?
We are his business management firm.
How long have you served in that capacity?
By approximately 6 years.
All right.
What does that role involve?
Processing, managing his financial affairs. As you know, Mr. Depp.
Remember, guys, Johnny Depp is a fat old man with no style. Remember, just keep that in mind every day that we watch this. Is a fat old man with no style. It's important to keep that in mind, guys. Jesus.
Amazing talent, internationally acclaimed
Who
for his
said
work.
that?
But
Yes.
he relegated his financial activities to me and my colleagues. So we
I
provide
wonder
a wide variety of
who
services
could have
for him.
possibly said that.
Do you do this kind of work for other people?
Yes, we do. Numerous other clients.
When did you first become involved with Mr. Depp?
Approximately 6 years ago, after the introduction from Mr. Smith.
What was the nature of the work that you were to perform for him?
Initially, it was to perform a forensic study, evaluate his financial affairs, and to formulate recommendations on how he could manage his affairs in a more advantageous manner.
Save money.
After you conducted that analysis, what did you do?
I met with Mr. Depp, the purpose of which was to share with him the results of our findings and to make recommendations on how he could resolve the issues he was confronting.
When was that meeting?
That meeting was on April 21st, 2016.
Who called the meeting?
I did. I called the meeting because I felt it was appropriate to meet with Mr. Depp and to discuss his affairs and to provide him with opportunities and plans and strategies to resolve the issues he was confronting.
Where was the meeting held?
It was held at his offices in Los Angeles, California.
Do you know approximately what time it began?
It began at approximately 7:30, and my recollection is there
In
were
the
7 people
morning?
in attendance,
Holy
including Mr. Depp
shit.
and myself.
Was alcohol served at the meeting?
Not to my recollection. I don't recall any alcohol being consumed.
No, it must be at night. PM? Oh, okay.
Did Mr. Depp stay for the entirety of the meeting?
Oh, yes. He was very interested in the contents. He asked very thoughtful questions.
Wow.
He was fully engaged and fully sensitive to the matters that we were discussing.
Well, how about that?
Did there come a time when Mr. Depp didn't participate in the meeting?
No, he was very actively involved. He did excuse himself on 2 or 3 occasions. It was my understanding that he was going to contact Ms. Heard and attempt to respond to her concerns and also address the fact that this was an extremely important meeting and that it involved his financial viability and that he felt it imperative to stay and address the issues I was discussing with him.
So the only time he left was because she wanted Johnny Depp to not be at his own financial meeting? Oh my God. Like, it's like, what is this? She...
When did the meeting conclude?
At approximately 9:30. So it went for approximately 2 hours.
At the conclusion of the meeting, what did you observe as to Mr. Depp?
That he was fully engaged once again. He thanked me profusely for not only addressing the problems, but he was excited about the fact there was a strategy and plan to resolve the problems.
Damn.
Did he appear impaired to you in any way?
No, to the contrary, I found him to be...
I'm sorry, sir, there was an objection. What was the objection? I'm sorry. Leading?
Just I asked him for his observation as to impairment.
That piece of shit has the audacity to call an objection for something being leading? Are you fucking kidding me? Of all the people to say something is leading.
Well, if you want to ask different, I'll sustain that objection, but
he would know.
Did you make any observations as to Mr. Depp's potential impairment?
It was readily apparent to me that he was actively involved in the conversation He asked very thoughtful and prudent questions. He was genuinely interested, and once again, when he left, he thanked me profusely for not only addressing the issues, but formulating a strategy and plan to resolve them in a successful manner.
Yeah, of course.
Did
Who
you
wouldn't feel that way?
Did you play any role
Well, I can think
on
of
Mr.
one
Depp's
person.
behalf with respect
I'm
to
sure
the
we'll get to that.
dissolution of his marriage to Ms. Heard?
Yes, I was actively involved in
I'm
negotiations
sure we'll get to
of
that.
the separation and the marriage dissolve.
What role did you play in those negotiations?
Well, in my capacity as his business manager, I understood his financial capacity and the tax implications associated with it. So I was actively involved in addressing those issues as they were forthcoming from counsel.
You mentioned tax implications. What are you talking about there?
Excuse me?
I think you just mentioned tax implications. What are you talking about there?
Well, what I was talking about is that when Ms. Heard began the negotiations,
here we go.
She was asking for approximately $4 million. That balance then was
Foundation,
increased.
Hearsay. Lack of foundation. Hearsay.
Oh my God.
These are requests made by Ms. Heard and her counsel in a conversation, in communications.
Here, you want to approach for a minute?
Certainly.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Like, it's not, this. Oh wow. All right. Yeah. Mute the mics. Okay. Let's go. Let's work this out. Yeah. How is that hearsay? It's just, oh, now they're up there fighting. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, man. The jury, it's like, oh my God. I can only imagine how fucking annoying that shit would be, man. Oh my God. It was the last time you say it. It's nuts. So bad lawyers interrupting? I think they're trying to do whatever they can, you know? Okay. Okay, here we go.
As a result of your involvement on behalf of Mr. Depp in the negotiation, what was your understanding of what Ms. Heard was looking for?
She initially was looking for a consideration of $4 million, but her demand continually increased.
Of course.
It went from $4 million
of
to
course.
$5 million.
Surprise.
Then it went from $5 million to $5.5 million.
Okay, all right. Being a little bit more
Then it
conservative.
went to $7 million.
Oh, never mind.
And then it was $7 million, and she demanded that Mr. Depp also pay $500,000 to her attorneys. Then, after that consideration, she also said that all the community liabilities that were accumulated during the course of the marriage, which approximated
Sorry, there's an
$13.5 million.
objection, sir. Whenever there's an objection, I'm sorry. If you can't hear it, I'll let you know. Okay?
Thank you, Your
Yeah, no problem,
This just
sir.
goes into his allegations of what she said, which Your Honor just instructed sustain the objection on that. He has no foundation to suggest that. No knowledge of that.
Your Honor, I understand that. I asked his understanding.
All right, I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
Yeah, get him out of here.
May I continue?
She'll tell you yes.
Yes. Go ahead, yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He learns very well.
Overruled.
So the next
Yep,
demand
shut up.
was that all of the community liabilities that were unresolved, approximately $13.5 million, that Mr. Depp had to pay those liabilities in its entirety. So at that point, she was demanding $14,250,000 of consideration, and then it got worse. The next demand was...
I like how he just says, and then it got worse. And then it got worse. Oh my God.
Was that all of this consideration be paid to her free of taxation.
Of course.
And
Obviously.
Counselor, for him to pay $14,250,000 to Miss Heard, that would require him to earn approximately $30 million.
This is so far beyond the scope, so far beyond his foundation of what was discussed.
All right, I'll sustain that last answer. All right. Next question.
Did you make a proposal as to how payments would be made to Miss Heard?
Yes, I did. And they were initially contemplated to be paid directly to the charities. the Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the benefit of the children who required severe medical service.
Whoa. Contemplations would be made to Ms. Heard?
Yes, I did. And they were initially contemplated to be paid directly to the charities. The Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the benefit of the children who required severe medical service, and to the ACLU. During the course of the negotiations, one of the demands, because the contract changed, was that the payments be made directly to Ms. Heard.
Hey, yo, bro, fuck them kids. Hey, yo, fuck them kids. She walked out with the donation. Oh, my God. Surely she'll give the money. Oh, wow. Wow. Jesus. Like, what are you surprised about? I mean, she's fucking it. She's insane. It is what it is, right?
Did you have any personal involvement with either the ACLU or the Children's Hospital?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
Mr. Depp directed me to issue two $100,000 checks directly to the Children's Hospital Los Angeles. I knew that he was involved and supported their efforts and appreciated their service. In addition to that, he directed me to contribute $100,000 to ACLU. In accordance with his instructions, my colleagues drafted the checks, I executed them, and they were delivered to the two charities.
Jesus. Oh my God. There's a clip of her on Dutch TV saying that she already donated all $7 million. She still didn't to this day. Opposites attract. Yeah. So he felt bad and then he donated the money. Oh, wow. Jesus. How much is 14 million tax free? I don't know. The guy said 30 million. It's a ballpark, but somewhere around there.
Did you continue making payments to either of those charities on Ms. Heard's behalf?
No. In fact, I was chastised for making the payments by Ms. Heard's counsel and told that the payments in the future had to go directly to her.
This is clear here.
Wait, so Johnny donated the money under her so she wouldn't look bad? Like, wait, what happened? Like, am I understanding this properly? She didn't like it? I don't, dude. Oh my
He's
God.
not answering the question. I would ask for you to instruct him to answer the question and not expound upon his.
I'll sustain as to hearsay. Next
What
question.
the fuck?
What role did
true.
you play with respect to the payments ultimately made to Ms. Heard?
We supplied the payments to Ms. Heard in accordance with the agreement, either on or before the date in which they were required to be paid. The first payments made to Ms. Heard was $2 million in 2017. Then in April of 2017, another payment of $1 million made payable directly to Ms. Heard was made. Then in August of 2017, another $1 million was paid directly to Ms. Heard.
How'd that happen?
Then in November, $500,000 was paid directly to Ms. Heard. My colleagues drafted those checks, I executed them, they were delivered on a timely basis. Therefore, in 2017, she was paid $4.5 million directly paid to her. Then on February 1 of 2018, she was paid the final installment of $2.3 million for total payments that went directly to Ms. Heard of $6.8 million.
Do you know when this lawsuit was filed?
Yes, it was filed in March 1, 2019.
Okay. Were the payments that were made on Mr. Depp's behalf directly to Ms. Heard the only economic benefit she received?
Objection.
This guy, no notes? Bro, he's an accountant. This is what he fucking does. This is his fucking job, man. You think he's managing millions, probably collectively billions of dollars because he fucking forgets? He doesn't forget.
Leading.
I haven't heard the. Go. I'll overrule the objection for us now. Go ahead.
Were were the payments made on to Ms. Heard the only economic benefits that she received from the settlement agreement?
No. As I shared with you earlier, Mr. Depp was required to pay $500,000 to Ms. Heard's counsel, which he did in a timely and respectful manner. He was also required to pay all the community liabilities, which accumulated during their 15-month marriage was approximately $13,500,000. So he paid all the community liabilities. She paid none of them. That's why you have to aggregate the money that was paid directly to her.
Jesus Christ. It's like, it just keeps getting worse. Oh my God. So he had to pay all the money.
The money that was paid to her, to the charities on her behalf, the money that was paid to her attorneys, and the relief of all these liabilities that he had to satisfy. That's why I said to you, Counselor, that the total consideration paid to her was $14,250,000, and she demanded that that payment be made free of taxation, that Mr. Depp would have to satisfy all the tax liabilities.
How long were they married for?
They were married for 15 months.
Okay. Were the payments that went to Ms. Heard the only payments that you've made on Mr. Depp's behalf?
No, we satisfied all of his obligations, so it was very customary for us to pay everything that Mr. Depp was obligated to pay.
I mean,
are you
guys,
familiar with an entity known as...
I mean, guys. God, motherfucking damn. It wasn't about money, she said. Of course it wasn't. Of course not. Oh, no, of course not. Like, that's not it. Like, dude, this shit is just, she needed the money? Yeah, I bet she did. I bet she fucking did, man. Like, it's just so, this is like, you know what's so fucking insane about this? I feel like what's so crazy about this whole thing is the fact that, like, everything about this just makes her look worse and makes him look better. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it just, all it does is just, it just keeps making her look worse and him look better. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that, like, you know, people don't even really know about or anything like that. And like, still, he keeps looking better. Yeah. And like, that's thoroughly the point. Yeah. And then it got worse, man. Oh my God. She's engaged in marriage. I don't know, man. Like, I feel bad for the guy. I really do. No shit. You must be some kind of genius. I mean, but like, it's just nuts. It really is. Like the Sink story. All right. Give me just like 1 second. So I talk about this shit, right? Is it EU or NA? We'll do an NA one, but we're going to do it on Horde, okay? We're going to do a Horde mount off today. I'll do one sword run. I want to talk about this little bit of situation, and then we're going to start it, man. It hurts to think about this much malevolence was enabled. But what's her side of the story, though? I mean, like, here's the thing, is like, obviously everybody gets their day in court. I think everybody deserves that. I think that's what's fair. But, like, damn, man, I feel like we pretty much... you know, we pretty much know what's going on. Let's just say that. And it's just so weird to me to see this shit. Like, I wonder, like, how, like did she put, like, the nose polish in her nose? You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff. It's just awful. Don't get married without a prenup, Asma? Bro, like, don't get married to someone that shits in your bed. But, like, I think this is what's scary for a lot of people, right? And this is the same thing with, like, girls and guys. Is like what if you get married to somebody and then it's like they turn into this kind of a person, you know, and it's not like it happens like right off the bat. It's like kind of you know, you think everything's okay and then they go fucking nuts, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't get married just happens. Yeah, I know. Prenup. The thing is, like, listen, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of, like, I don't want to get into, like, that whole marriage conversation or anything like that, man. I know everybody has an opinion about that, etc. I think there's a lot to it, but it's just fucking, it's just so shitty, man. Like, I would feel so bad for somebody in this situation. As I said before, like, I've had friends of mine that have been in this situation a whole lot, and multiple ones even. It's obvious they're stretching it so hard. I don't really think that they're stretching it that much, man. I mean, like, I actually don't think so. Money's not even a problem. It could have been worse for him. Well, the thing is with him is like, it's like it's completely ruined his reputation. And like now, obviously, like he's getting his time and people are getting to see like what's really going on, right? But like the truth is that before this, there were people that thought that he was an abuser, and I'm sure people will still, there will be people out there that still believe that, right? And it's just, it's awful. She literally killed Jack Sparrow. Yeah, and it's like, we're not going to get him doing Jack Sparrow again because of fucking Disney. I don't know, like, they probably just don't want to have anything to do with it, right? It's shedding light on a lot of false accusations, but imagine how many men don't get the justice they deserve whenever they aren't as famous, rich, and loved by the community like Johnny is. Yeah, exactly, man. It's fucking awful, man. And also, like, and this is what I say before, is like, you're never going to be able to get the time back that you spent. You're never going to be able to get the emotions back that you invested. All of those things, that is like a 100% sunk cost. Like, you're not getting it back. There's nothing you can do about it. It is gone forever. And that is what really sucks so much, is that, like, there's nothing that yeah, she ruined 8 years of his life, yeah. And he's not getting that back no matter what. It's like, I try to be careful, and I think everybody does this. I mean, I'm sure he did this too, right? He was trying to be careful, and it just wasn't careful enough. And it just sucks, man. Are any actual women victims who can believe? No, I've seen this from a lot of women who have told me the exact same thing, right? Is they see this situation, and they see how she's treating it and all of that. And it, like, for any woman who's watching this, I'm sure a lot of them are fucking furious. Because every single time now, I've said this like how many fucking times now? 10 times, 20 times? Is it every single fucking time now that there's a guy that abuses a girl, people will say, wait a minute, I don't know if this is true. And some people will say, I bet it's not true. Remember what happened with Johnny Depp. Guaranteed, this is what's gonna happen. Like, abso-fucking-lutely, this is what's gonna happen, and it's not even a question. And you know what? There are a lot of times where guys are abusers. It's like, it happens. It happens. Guys sometimes abuse their girlfriends, and they're assholes, and they're violent, and it's terrible. And that's why we have the courts, right? And now you have somebody like her whose ego gets bruised because she's not able to steal enough money from kids in hospitals, and she's putting all of their lives at risk. That's what's going on. Girls are abusers too. Well, obviously that's the case. Like, yes, obviously. Everybody knows that. Well, apparently now they do. So it means man is guilty until proven innocent? No, but I think that accusations should be taken seriously. I think that you should wait till you hear all the evidence from both sides and then decide what you think based off of that. And at least look at evidence, period. A lot of these people aren't looking at any sort of evidence at all. So it's not about like whether it's a girl or a guy or anything like that. And I think if anything, it's the opposite. And, you know, like, I think that it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust but verify. I think that's the best way to say it, because that's the way that I look at it. And I think that's the way a lot of other people look at it too, is that it's not that people don't want to trust the accusations. I think that we should treat accusations seriously, but treating an accusation seriously is not the same as immediately admitting that somebody is innocent or guilty. It's saying, okay, this is an accusation. We should take this accusation seriously and go through the proper channels to verify which one it actually is. And I think that's what's really not going to happen as much, right? Because you do have some women, and right, this is the case, right? You see something like this, and there are women that say like, oh, anytime that a guy does this, it's like they automatically assume the guy is in the wrong. Why is that? I don't know, some sense of solidarity. Guys do that with other guys too. Or also some women were in the situation themselves, and so they're kind of saying this as extension of kind of what happened to them. And you also have guys that do the same thing. I'd like to celebrate by finally getting my sword. I've worked so long for this. For days and days and days, months and years, I have farmed this sword on my stream. And thank God that today is finally the day that I get it. Okay, all right. So I'm going to log off.